Hey there, I wanted to give you a quick run through on how to get started with RightMessage. So once you log in, you're going to be faced with the screen you see in front of me. And this is basically the tracking code that you're going to want to include right before the closing body tag within your site's template. So this would be down where you probably include things like different tracking scripts, or if you're using a tool like drip.js. But right before the closing body tag, and make sure that this shows up on every page. So what this will do by default is it will track every single page view that happens. So if I come to your site and I come from google.com, and maybe I have these UTM parameters passed over, we're going to be tracking all of that stuff for every page view, and that's going to allow you within the editor to go in and say, hey, I want to target at anyone who came from this site, or anyone who came with these parameters, or anyone who has viewed this page. I want this personalization to run. So you need to have this up in place to make any of that stuff happen. So once you've got that, you're going to go over to the personalization editor. What you see by default is you see on the left side a list of personalization campaigns in effect. So there's really nothing yet. This is a brand new account. And then on the right side, you see our visual editor. So you got what you would expect, a usual kind of web browser looking thing. And what you're going to want to do is just go to your site and click load, and it will load it right below. One thing to keep in mind is, because of how we proxy everything through our backend, if your site is not served over SSL, meaning you don't have HTTPS before the domain, or you're loading things that are from HTTP, but you are on HTTPS, we're going to run into issues here. So we're working on a workaround, but it is best practice nowadays to make sure that everything is pretty much running over SSL. Google likes that, so I'd encourage you to switch. But because of how we have things set up through our proxy, that's something at the moment that you need to have up and running. But I don't think anyone I've talked to yet is not serving their site through SSL. Cool. All right. So let's look at what creating a personalization campaign looks like. So I'm going to click Add New Personalization, and what we want to do is we want to look at kind of how we have things set up. So if this, then that. It's basically a simple set of things saying, if this is true, we want to do that, and that could be changing a headline, swapping out text, or something like that. So the first thing is the current page. So every personalization needs to, if we're going to have a personalization run, meaning we're going to change, excuse me, we're going to change something, we need to make sure that we know what pages we want this to affect. If you want it to only affect the home page, you're just going to add /. So that just means convertkit.com/. If you wanted every page on your site, you do /*. If you wanted everything on your blog, you do /blog/*. It's pretty, if you've done anything with wildcards before, they should be pretty straightforward to use. We've got this helper text under here that I'll show you. Does the current page path you've put in match what's on the right side? So here, /blog/* does not, but if I were to go to that, just / that will apply. All right, so the next thing is to edit the conditions that will trigger this personalization. So let's look at, so this is convertkit.com. They are a email marketing app that helps professional bloggers, but there's a lot of different kind of sub niches under the professional blogger space that they should probably target. So let's look at fitness bloggers. So the way that the editor works is we have this ability to be able to set up different criteria like referred by, pages viewed, UTM parameters, query string parameters, and currently any drip tags or custom fields. Now, as of this recording, in about a day or two, we're going to be including ConvertKit and Infusionsoft as one of these sources. But for the time being, I'm just going to go ahead and just use drip as an example, which is kind of weird considering we're talking about a ConvertKit. But the same principles apply regardless of if you're on drip or ConvertKit. Okay, so we're talking here about making it so this page, I want to change the, I'll do a change first. I'm going to change the headline to talk to fitness bloggers, right? So email marketing for fitness bloggers. Now, who do we want to see this? Well, one company that I know sends a lot of traffic to ConvertKit is Nerd Fitness. So I'm going to add in, if referred by site contains nerdfitness.com, we want to make this headline change. Or let's say that they are tagged as fitness blogger. That's another way we'd want this personalization to take effect. Or let's say they viewed a page that they have on their site called fitness, something like this, and I'll do contains because maybe they've got a bunch of different things like fitness slash something, fitness dash whatever, and visited at least once. That's usually a good indicator, here. So one other thing, let's say that they're running paid ads on Facebook and the UTM campaign equals fitness blogger. So that's another way that we can assume that they're in this segment of being a fitness blogger. So again, this could be any different number of things. And again, this is all going to be based off of the way you have things set up on your end. So you click save, and now you can see down here, we've got referred by nerdfitness.com. Drip tags include fitness blogger, viewed / fitness, or came in through the UTM campaign fitness blogger. Okay, so right now we're only changing the headline, but we could also do things like, all right. So you'll see here we have bloggers and then something built for bloggers and all these different things. I'm going to add a change that affects every paragraph on the page, but I'm not going to change the content. What I'm going to do here instead is I'm going to say, let's target any paragraph on the page. So now my P is going to affect every single paragraph. This could get dangerous, but you can see visually what it's actually affecting. One thing to keep in mind, if you want to get a specific element, you just, how you click on it will toggle on and off how specific it is. So here I'm focusing on every sibling paragraph tag, but here I'm just focusing on this specific paragraph tag. But I want to get everyone here, but I don't want to change the content, so I'm going to yank that out. So now it's the default content. But I want to add a replacement where if they have the word blogger, bloggers, we want to change that to fitness bloggers. So now what will happen is any usage of the word bloggers will be swapped out with fitness bloggers in any of these paragraphs. So this is really useful if you want to do some sort of thing where you have, say, a lot of sales copy and you wanted to swap out every instance, in this case, a blogger with fitness blogger, or blogger with entrepreneurship blogger, or blogger with, whatever, right? This is a really nice way of doing that without needing to go in and actually edit the full text. Okay, cool. So I'm going to click save. Now, one thing I want to make a note of is as of this recording right now, the find and replace is not going to update in real time in the preview on the right side. It will update on your site when you have it live, but for the purposes of the editor at the moment, find and replace is not visually reflecting here. So you just need to go in and see exactly what you're changing and what you're changing it to. The last thing, and again, this is something that we are making even better, is I'm going to add a new change that is going to, well, I'll do that. Actually, I'll do that in a separate personalization. Okay, so I think this is pretty good for I'm going to call this, so you can edit the name up here, homepage for bloggers, right? And then I'm going to just, if I want it to go live, I just click publish, and a few seconds later, it will say publish. Now, if I had on ConvertKit.com the tracking code in place, anyone who comes from nerdfitness.com, includes any of these tags, viewed this page, has this UTM campaign parameter, the personalization changes I set up down here will kick in. Now, let's go and do something a little more universal. So you'll notice they've got a requested demo at the top. We probably don't want that to show if somebody's already a customer. So if they're already a customer, they're coming to log in or whatever, there's no point in having them request a demo. Or if they've already requested the demo, maybe you want them to go and sign up for an account directly. So you could do something that's more global because they have this nav on every page. So I'm going to do this, which is a wildcard for every page. And I'm going to just say that if they are tagged with, let's say, a booked demo. So they've already booked a demo, let's assume. We're then going to change the requested demo to be, resources or something. And what this will do is, we could have it be, this could be a link to just a resources page or something like that, instead of the link to book a demo. So again, that makes it really simple for you to do things that just make sense. Like if they're already an account holder, why are you showing them the book a demo thing? So I'm going to call this global booked demo, right? And now I've got this. So one thing you're able to see is on the left, since we're on the homepage still, this the personalizations that take into effect on this page are the homepage bloggers and the global. Since the global works on every page. But if we were to go to /features, let's load that real quick. You'll notice it only now, the other one got hidden, but the global book demo is still there because we're on any page. But if I were to add a personalization for just features, and then again, let's say, referred by contains, let's just do RightMessage. Let's say RightMessage drove traffic, right, to ConvertKit. I could then add a change that says email marketing software that integrates with RightMessage. So there we go. Save. And now this features page, if they were referred at all from rightmessage.io and they make their way over to the features page, they'll see this. Now this is really useful because let's say that we refer them directly to the home page, but then they click over to the features page or they click over to the pricing page. We can carry over that continuity that we know that they care about RightMessage because they came from RightMessage's site. So I'm going to call this features RightMessage. All right. So again, on this page, we've got features RightMessage being applied and the global thing. And again, if we were to go to the homepage now we're back to homepage bloggers and global book demos. So hopefully this makes some sense. If you have any questions whatsoever about usage, just shoot me an email, Brennan@rightmessage.io, and I'd be happy to help.